everyone, my name is Liz, and today is October 5th. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I haven't done this in 3 weeks. Is it so terrible? So, I like to knit, crochet, felt, needle felt, sew, spin, all things fibery, yarny, fabricy, whatever. You can find me over on Instagram as Liz's Fiber Crafting Nook. And if you like what I have going on here, feel free to like and subscribe. Let's see. I'm going to try to be organized here. I have some notes, but not what I should have probably. Okay, let's go right into finished objects. Let's see here. Here's the not so awesome notes, but I do have notes. I finished my socks. I had started them the last time. I left the little marker on. This is where I was on the socks when I spoke to you last. So basically I made an entire pair of socks from last time. This was helical knitting, and I seen this I was inspired by, let me look, Earth Tones Girl. She did some helical knitting socks, and I really like the single stripe. I just like the effect that it looked like, and I wanted to try it out. So I had fingering weight black yarn left over from my rocket tee I made, and I wanted to use that up. And I had a random ball sock yarn, no ball band when I bought it, nothing, just don't know the colorway, don't know the brand. I just wanted to use it up and I liked it. All right, and I did, let's see, I did the helical knitting, and I watched the video helical knitting tutorial with 3+ skeins by River Roads Knits. Very Pink Knit had a good one too, but I really liked this one because she used different colors. Then that made it to where I could see visually what she was doing. All the ones that used the same color to show you helical knitting for rotating skeins. I couldn't see what they were doing because it was the same color. I used this one and I thought it was great. So I cast on 14 stitches, toe up, and in every other row I increased until I had 64 stitches. Then I started my helical knitting, and I knit until from the toe to the start of the heel I have 7.5 inches. That's my measurement. I do a wrap and turn heel. I did that in black as well. Then plus I added in my extra 5 stitches on each side, which is an extra 10. Then I spent the next probably 10 rounds with 10 extra stitches. Then I decreased every other round until back to 32. Then I did 19 more rounds before I started the ribbing, and then I did 20 rounds of 2x2 ribbing. Here they are. I haven't taken a picture of them yet and posted them on Instagram, but I will. It's a nice sunny day out today. Yesterday was really rainy and gross, and we've had a lot of bad weather. I'll talk about that at the end. So yeah, here's the helical knitting. And this is with what I would consider a lower contrast. I think I want to do the helical knitting again. And I want to do like a black and a bright color. And see how that changes it up doing the it different. And I'm sorry if you can hear my husband yelling. He's trying to let the dogs out. And he keeps forgetting that I am on a video. He has to let the dogs out in a different way because we are fostering. We're down to 7 puppies. We have 7 8-week-old puppies. And they're taking their turn outside going to the bathroom. When he tries to let them out, the big dog's out to go to the bathroom, and they're there. There's this big mad confusion of puppies trying to come in and big dogs going back and forth out. And so that's why all the noise is coming from him. Then my next, that was that finished object. Socks for me. They're always for me, or sometimes for Archer, and sometimes for my daughter Cheyenne. Those are the only 3 people I make socks for besides baby socks. Then I wanted to use up the black yarn and the mystery ball. And I know somebody who's going to be having a baby in April, and we don't know if it's boy or girl. I'm just going to make a wide variety and have some to give. So these little cuties here, I finished them. And I'll give you they're matching, not matching. Because you know me, I don't try to match things up. I just want to use it all up and not be wasteful. That's those. So let's talk about this. Also, my socks. I started them on the 13th of September and finished them on the 26th of September. These I started on the 26th of September and finished them on the 30th of September. Then, so I cast on 8, increased every other round till I had 40 stitches, and then I knit until I had 2.5 inches. Then I did a wrap and turn heel with 6 extra stitches. So that's 3 stitches on each side of the heel. And I did 2 inches of 2x2 ribbing. And then I did Jenny's stretchy bind off. Also, I did Jenny's stretchy bind off on my socks. That's what I always use. The second... Okay, so those were my 2 finished objects. Now for my work in progress, we're going to lead into that. I started this on the 30th. Also, my goal is still to use up all of that yarn. I started another, let me get my needles here under control. I started another set of baby socks. Only these are larger ones. Those were infant. These will be more like, depends on the child, but here they are. So these could be literally 1 year old. Just depends on how tiny your child is. If you're from my family, you could be tiny for a long time and wear these for a while. Trying to use up this mystery sock yarn. I did use up the black. I only had... I am missing something here. And I don't know why it's missing. There it is. Sorry, things are moving around. This is my leftover sock yarn ball. Every time I have leftovers, I wind it onto here. What you see of the black is all I had left. Not enough for me to actually do anything with, so I just wound it off. And it can be some scrappy thing later. All right. And I think I do not want to take it out of here because it's getting deflated, but that's what I have so far left of this. I'll run out of the one in the back for the one in the front because obviously I didn't weigh them and divide them evenly. I might even be able to get one more pair of baby socks out of them. Infant size, probably. I'm going to try. If I have to, I'll come up with different colors for the cuffs. We'll see. And this stitch marker for me just represents the front of the sock. That way when I'm going around, I visually know when I've made a full round. It's just a notation to myself. And I am probably, let's see how much I have to do. I have a half an inch more of ribbing to do, and I'll bind these off. It'll probably take me maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. Whenever I have time. I think I'll finish by this evening. And so I'll take a picture of those and post them on Instagram later. I've got to take all the pictures of my finished stuff today. And if I finish them today, the 5th, that'll mean it took me 5-ish days to make those, along with all the other stuff I'm doing. I've been really busy. I'll talk to you about that later too. All right. That is all of my works in progress that have to do with yarn. All right. And this is just I just keep adding to this. Eventually, I'll put this all in take photos and stuff, and I'll put it all in my crafting journal. I should do it right away, but until I have space to lay out and keep things where I want them, it's futile. I just do what I can and try not to beat myself up over it. Next is my goals. Goals are, I'll finish those socks, cast on another set of baby socks with this mystery sock yarn colorway, finish those, and wind off whatever I have left, if anything is left. And I'll probably consider starting a pair of helical knit socks, but I don't know when I'll do that. After I'm done with the baby socks. I'm just trying to keep something on the needles and keep me having something in my hands and something that's to go on the go. And I think that's it for goals. I don't think I have anything else there to share for you. And then let's move into, I purchased a couple things. These were thrift store finds. I didn't look up to see if you could still find them anywhere. One of them I know you probably can't find except for a used book. It's an older book. And I found, anyway, here we go. I got this book. It's the Bixby, I don't know how to say it. Bixby Potter knitting book. Let's see. Pat Mancini. I'm not good at pronouncing people's last names. Or first names sometimes. All right. I'll give you kind of I'm going to show you the one that I liked and I'm definitely considering making. But you have to bear in mind, I'm not real confident in my pattern reading skills for knitting. But I do like this one. The adult one that's standing there with the gray. But that's the only view. It doesn't have, so the girls have the front view. I kind of like that. I'm going to consider trying to make that, but I don't know when. I have to see how much yarn I need and if I have what I need in stash. But they do have other things in here that are cute. And I think what drew me to it the most is my son is a real Peter Rabbit fan, and it had some, what do you call it? Embroidery for the knitting. So I thought about doing that. Okay. I liked Mrs. Tiddlywink here. Alright. Anyway, whether I make anything out of this book, I don't know. But I was excited to find it because we like Big Street Potter around here. Let's see. This book is from... It was printed in 1987. Let's just put it out there that I was 10 years old when this book was printed. So, I don't know that you're going to find that. Maybe if you look on Amazon or used books places, maybe it'll show up there. Then I found this one. This is Stripes That Sizzle by Margaret J. Miller. Here it is. And I just really loved the way some of these laid out, and thought I would be super interested in maybe putting a quilt or something together with some guidelines here. But man, some of these are really cool. And let's see, when was this? I'll see when this one's published. This one's published in, looks like 92. I don't know. They both might be used books. I don't know. I didn't even look it up. I just found them at the thrift store, and this one I paid $5 for. I liked it enough that I was willing to pay $5. And this one I paid, I think I paid $2 for it. I don't see a sticker, but Goodwill does not. We have a Goodwill and a couple animal thrift stores. They're thrift stores that sell their stuff, and all the money goes for caring for animals and getting them adopted, spayed, neutered, all those things. All right, those are my two book finds, and who knows when I'll get to it. If I don't get to it, I really enjoyed looking through it and getting some really good ideas. I particularly like the quilting one. The other one was a little more nostalgic. I honestly didn't grow up with Peter Rabbit and stuff. We just were outside playing with sticks and mud and rocks, which wasn't bad. And my son, he likes those stories. Okay. Now, that's it for my finished objects, works in progress, goals, and my things I purchased. Oh, I got something else at the thrift store. You're going to laugh because I laughed. I can do much more intricate things, and I have really good patterns, but my son seen this and he was like, yeah, Mom, make that for me. It was a crochet banana kit at the thrift store. It was $2.05. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll make you a banana with eyes. He's funny that way. So I guess I'm on a mission that I need to make that banana. Okay. Now, if you're not interested, I'm going to go into life real quick. I haven't even recorded for 3 weeks because life is really busy. I had a foster puppy for 2 weeks, and the puppy found a foster to adopt home because she's too young to be spay. And the policy of the place is they have to be spayed or neutered before they can be adopted. But puppies need to have a good home and stuff to be in so they can start their training and being loved on and socialized. So she went to her foster to adopt home. Then there was some puppies that were dumped on the side of the road, and I was fostering all 8 of those. One yesterday went to a foster to adopt home, so I still have the other 7. And that's why we're trying to get the big dogs to go out and go potty while they're being rushed by little puppy babies, and a little bit of chaos, And fun trying to potty train a herd of puppies versus a singular puppy. They're doing well, but they're 8 weeks old. So I've been doing that over this last 3 weeks. Lots of puppies. And trying to work on my shop, not very successfully, because I have a new volunteer position now, along with my job. So somehow, instead of making myself less stressed and having more time, I have accidentally made myself much more busy than I was before. At least it's for good things. But I'm trying really hard to get my shop done. So that's our work in progress. I have obligation to do today, and then I'm going to post doing this with you guys, and then I'm going to post this, go do my obligation, and hopefully work on my shop later in the afternoon on the only nice day really we have. And it's more chilly, so our weather is starting to turn. It's sad for me. I absolutely hate winter. Not a winter fan. Just not. Never will be. Been my whole life. Never liked winter. And I'll be waiting for spring after winter. Desperately. And then we had a horrible windstorm. It was bad. We have a maple tree out in our yard, and it ripped the top of our maple tree out. It doesn't look bad from the roadside, but from the backside, it took a big old hunk out. And then blew some of the limbs almost 200 feet out past our garden. And I thought it was taking our roof tin off. It was bad. Lightning struck our town. It struck one of the power stations, and it lit on fire. And we all lost power. Our entire town lost power for... Honestly, it wasn't bad considering. I think we lost power for 24 hours, something like that. And then I realized I have oil lamps. I can have light. In fact, my neighbor thought I had a generator because my house was lit up like a Christmas tree. It wasn't that bad. I had the front rooms in the house had light, and it was not dim light, so they thought we had a generator. I go, nope. But I went around to the neighbors and offered and said, I have extra oil lamps if someone needs to borrow a couple. They said they had their little flashlight lanterns or whatever. They were okay. But I know that I now need to keep little propane bottles on hand so we can use our little cook stove, our little camp cook stove. we were able to find a place that was open that we could buy the propane bottles from, and we were able to cook some food. So just a helpful reminder, if you make a plan, to make sure you have a way to cook your food if you lose power for duration. It's nothing in comparison to what other people are going through right now, but it was a little taste of hail, torrential downpour, the ripping wind. I had to go out in that to save my cat, because when I tried to call him earlier, he didn't come. He regretted his decision, let's just say that. He came to me when I went and found him the last time, but I had to go get pelted with hail and stuff to go get him. Animals. And I don't know. Oh, and people, because the power went out, went and hoarded toilet paper again. I'm going to tell you, you can call me not nice if you want, but to those people who went and hoarded toilet paper so other people couldn't have it, didn't learn their lesson from the last time they hoarded toilet paper, and then they wanted to return it. I noticed they weren't hoarding food. So when they get real hungry, they're going to have to eat all their toilet paper before I will feed them. Just saying. And you can't survive off of toilet paper. It's called soap and water. Rant of Nada's over. But I'm not saving people from dumb. Yeah, so our experience was insignificant in comparison to other people's right now. But that wind was scary, so I can only imagine what other people were going through, because I literally thought our house the roof was being tore off. I thought the trees were going to fall on the house. I know somebody who lost their whole, they lived in a trailer and it landed on their trailer and completely obliterated their trailer, and now they don't have a place to live. So there are people who got, and I believe one person died in that storm. A tree fell on they were in their vehicle and a tree fell. So it's really sad. So those are all stressful events. But we came out of it fine. And that's it. That's all I have. I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you later. Hopefully not in 3 weeks. Hopefully 1 to 2. I'll talk to you later. Bye.